Today we're going to be talking about beyond cookie cutter, and we're going to be talking about 3 tips to curate personalized honeymoons for every couple. So I've kind of broken this down into 3 different tips, and we'll have like kind of tips within tips. So make sure you have your pen and paper ready. So my first tip in curating personalized honeymoons is to ask the right questions in the consultation.
Okay.
This is where it all happens. These are the magic moments of really getting to know a couple and really being able to understand what it is that they want. So recently, I was hired by 2 different couples. One couple wanted something where like literally they just wanted to be in the heart of everything. They weren't concerned about hanging out at a resort. Chilling at the beach was like torture to them. They wanted a beach destination, but they wanted to be able to get out and explore and see a lot of different things. They didn't care about all inclusive. They wanted to literally tool around in a Jeep and DIY their trip. Then I had another couple, same time frame I talked to. They were going to, and then the couple that was going to DIY and explore 5 nights. They're good. They'll get bored. Yeah. The other couple that I'm talking to wants to go to an all-inclusive for 12 nights. And they're not at all concerned about excursions.
12 nights.
Or getting out.
Wow.
They literally, they want pool, they want beach, they want good food, all-inclusive. They're just going to chill and veg. Right. So you've got different couples wanting different things. That is the number 1 tip that we have, is that we want to, the first tip is to have those right questions. So we need to ask things about their love story. Couples want to talk about themselves. And when you get couples to talk about themselves and share their love story with you, it helps them create this bond with you, and it creates a rapport that will help them connect with you in a deeper level. You know, you want to really get to know them. So you want to ask them about how they met and the things that they like to do, and, you know, their journey together as a couple, etc. Okay. The other thing that you want to ask them and talk to them about are bucket lists, right? They're 2 individuals coming together. Do they either of them have a bucket list destination that's always been on their list? Has one of them been somewhere and the other person hasn't? Do they both want to go someplace that neither one of them has been to? Like, we want to just find out like what really matters to them. And, you know, even if their bucket list location isn't something they can afford right now, it still helps you understand what they like. Yep. Also, another thing that you want to ask about is their travel style, right? So based on the example I gave you at the beginning, right? Is this going to be all about adventure, or is it going to be about relaxation? Like, what matters to you? What do you expect in the accommodations? You know, what's going to make this be set apart from any other trip you've ever gone on? I've got another couple I'm working with. They're the Tulum vibe people, like barefoot, luxury, kind of really cool, unique aesthetics, that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's what they want. They don't want all the pomp and circumstance. They want that jungle vibe. They want that unique setting that's authentic. And you do, of course, have to ask about duration, budget. Like, what are they thinking? Some people literally are clueless. They just are. So it's our job not to judge them for that, because they're not in the world of travel, you know, and maybe they haven't traveled in a long time, or any other travel they've ever done was with their parents or whatever, and they never had to pay for it. Like, so, but we do need to understand so that we can give them the best direction and guidance based on what their financial constraints are. And then, of course, special requests. Like, we need to know any special requests they have, whether it be some extra service that they want to do, like a couples massage, or, you know, some sort of really cool yoga class, or people will do, you know, whatever it is that they want. Right. And then, you know, in terms of extras, so we want to find out any special requests that they have for that, but then also any dietary needs that they may have, or anything else. But really capturing the essence of that couple and what it is that matters most to them is going to help you curate something that really will be unique to them and not cookie cutter, and make them feel special and make them feel heard. That's the main thing. Okay, so the second tip that I have for you is to expand your knowledge of what's in the market. I know that we can kind of get complacent sometimes, and we tend to just like request the same things over and over again. But when you really dig deep, like there's so many places that I never knew existed before. Like I've never heard of that place. I've never heard of this location. I've never heard of. And so we need to be able to continually learn and continually expand our knowledge. Of course, we do that by going to webinars. We do that by getting familiar with destinations, by going to the destination, by visiting places. We do that at networking events and trade shows and conferences. Being part of memberships and that sort of thing, and of course, online research. So expand your knowledge. When you want to set yourself apart as an expert, you have to be the expert. You do have to have more knowledge than your clients have. And with everything at people's fingertips right now, it's good for us to have a few things in our back pocket that our clients have never heard of. Okay. And then my third tip for curating personalized honeymoon experiences is don't just send a quote. Send a recommended honeymoon itinerary. If you want to be an order taker travel agent, send a quote.
I agree.
But if you want to set yourself apart as a honeymoon expert, you need to send a recommended honeymoon itinerary that is personalized to why you think that couple will like it. When it comes to a honeymoon itinerary, you don't have to dial in every single day like this full on day one, you're going to do this, and day two, you're going to do. No, you just need to craft something that gives them an idea of what their honeymoon experience in this location will look like. And you want to include things like, obviously you have the venue. You might want to include some things where you're highlighting some of the activities they can do right on site at that specific resort. But then you also want to say, like, maybe on day 3, this is where it's a must-see location. It's a must-see site in the area. It's a must-experience activity that I think is gonna, be right up your alley. That sort of thing, where you're giving them more of a visual example of what their honeymoon experience will be based on the things that they like. And then, of course, you want to add any personal touches that where you're just like, hey, I found this really cool activity. I think you guys would really like. Or going out, on the side, you're talking to the husband to be and just saying, based on the conversation that we had, I think that you might want to surprise Nancy with XYZ, right? Doing little extras that are like actual personal to them. Again, showing it's all you're doing is showing you listen to them and you understand what it is that they really want and are looking for. Flexible options, right? Like giving them a few extra options that, well, in case this one doesn't work out, you also may want to consider that. Or if there's a weather related, or maybe you get, you didn't realize that they get seasick and you recommended a catamaran cruise. Like the more that you give them options to consider and that there are flexibilities, because some people literally, when you send stuff, they think that's it. They think that's all. Like you need to let them know that there's more. But wait, there's more. Like you don't have to just settle for these things. These are just a few ideas, and you just want to make sure that they're understanding that this is just an example of what it could look like, because they may not tune into something specifically that you choose. And then giving them, some surprises, along the way, like making, doing any little extras and any little surprises that would help them. Little things like private transfers or, setting up an actual evening where it is kind of like their honeymoon night, where you're, you've pre-scheduled a dinner reservation if you're able to. Like just any little touches that you can do, any surprises. And of course, you guys know I always send like a note. I have a note written for when my clients arrive with a little gift for me in their room, with some champagne or chocolate covered strawberries or a fruit platter or whatever it is that I think, would be something that they would like, with with a note from me welcoming them and saying congratulations, all those little things. That's what makes the experience different. But this is what gives you a lifelong client. And if we can get them to be loyal to us right out of the get-go because of the service we provide, because we listen to them, because we care about them, because we match them to a place that was a perfect fit for them, they will be lifelong clients for you, and they will refer you. So never think about it as like, oh, that's so much investment. Yes, it is an investment in a honeymoon couple, but it pays off in more than just this one trip. We never want to think about everything just from that. This is just the one trip. That's it. They're never going to go on. No, they're going to want to go on multiple trips. They're going to want to go on anniversary trips and family vacations. As honeymoon experts, as somebody who offers, honeymoons and destination weddings, sometimes we forget about how to explain what it is we do, how to showcase what it is that we do, how to really set ourselves apart from the competition, how to even get people to understand that there is value in working with a honeymoon expert versus just another travel advisor. So here is the visual I wanted to give you. So let's say you hire a private chef, and this chef is somebody you're just like, I don't have time to cook anymore, or how about this? I have a special dinner that I'm hosting at my house, and I want to hire a private chef. So in this situation, you, the honeymoon professional, are the private chef, and the private chef says, you tell me the types of foods and the types of flavors that you like. I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I get this right. I'm going to go to the market and I'm going to hand pick the best ingredients and make something special just for you.
Oh yeah, I love this.
And then I'm going to serve it to you on a silver platter. This is what we do as honeymoon experts.
True.
That is your job as a honeymoon travel professional.